Mikerphone Homebrew coming at you with a beer review in a light snow. Christmas is over, it's Boxing Day. And look what we've got for you here. This is a collab. It's the barrel-aged Hazelnut Imperial Stout. It's technically a milk stout because they've got milk sugar in it. And it's a collab between Untitled Art out of Waunakee, Wisconsin, and Mikerphone Brewing out of Elk Grove Village, Illinois. And it looks like a fun beer to me. It's brewed with cocoa nibs, hazelnuts, and milk sugar, of course. And it's barrel aged. And they've got a non-barrel aged version that's 11%. This one is 13%. So this should be fun. I'm gonna get this sucker cracked open. Hope I don't freeze out here. This just seemed like a fun setting for review. I let this warm up a little bit before coming out here because I'll be setting the rest of this down in the snow and it's not going to be getting any warmer, that's for sure. All right, take a look. Boy, it looked like it had some good effervescence on it. We've got a nice Mocha head on there, and it's pretty much black. I'd almost go to a mahogany, but it's pretty much black. Let's see if we can get a nose. Oh, well, okay, you get everything they described right away. You get the hazelnut right away. You got the milk sugar on there, and you got like the chocolate coming from the cocoa nib, and it is unique. You know it's a cocoa nib. Wow, it smells really good. You get some toffee quality, almost like a honey too. And you get the bourbon on there, a little bit of the oak. Yeah, toffee, caramel. Boy, almost like a char quality on the oak on there. But I mean, wow, it's just a wonderful smell coming off this. It's just beautiful. I mean, parts of it, it's got like a almost a peanutty kind of thing coming off the hazelnut, like a hazelnut brittle, if you will. Oh yeah, that smells super good. I'm gonna jump on in. Cheers. Oh wow. Wow. That is super good. First of all, the feel on the mouth, and that's with it being very cold. I know, I hate sacrificing my hands on all this. I almost feel like I got some coconut off the barrel aging. That mouthfeel is a light end of full, but I mean, warmed up, it's gonna be thicker for sure. It's gonna be a full mouthfeel. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, you get the hazelnut on there, but it almost feels like a peanutty hazelnut a little bit. It's kind of funny, but it does. I know hazelnuts well. They're grown all around us, and we get them frequently here in Oregon. But there's almost like a peanutty quality to that as well. And you get the chocolate. It's definitely like a cocoa nib. I gotta say, the way that it tastes like they took the cocoa nibs. I do this when I've brewed, and you put it in like the ovens. You cook it a little bit, and it brings a better chocolate quality on. And it tastes like they did that to it. Oh man, but then you get that little bit of bourbon kick on there, and it almost feels like you get a little bit of a vanilla flavor on that as well. The bourbon and almost that vanilla almost comes off like a light coconut. It makes me think of some of the barrel aging that you get from Firestone Walker. It's that good. And anytime you get a little coconut on there, I get excited. That's just one of my favorite things. So you get a little bit of that, along with that toffee, almost a honey hint still, I would say, on there. That bourbon, that oak. Yeah, I still feel like it's a hazelnut peanutty. It's almost like you got a hazel and peanut butter brittle going on. It's just wonderful with that toffee caramel type qualities going on it. And that nice dark roast on there. Wow, this is fabulous. I'm gonna sip a little inside the door, and I'll be back with some numbers. Wow, wow, wow. This is fantastic. This just hits so many spots in my wheelhouse. I love brittles. I love peanut brittle. I love other types of brittles. Man, you give me some good barrel aged where you can taste the bourbon. Oh yeah, you got me there. It's a light milk quality. The milk sugar is not real heavy. This is more like a stout than a milk stout by a long shot. But you've still got that in. It adds that little bit extra quality. So it's bringing in some of the smoothness, almost a creaminess. I wouldn't quite go there, but it brings in like a vanilla almost type quality to it. So while they don't call this a milk stout, and I think you would call it one just with it being in there, I understand why they don't, because it doesn't come across as a milk stout. It's probably a light amount of milk sugar. So we're gonna just score it that way, I think, as an imperial stout. I think they're right. And you can see I can't stop sipping it. There's a light amount of bitterness to it. They did add that in to tamper it down because there's a lot of sweetness on this. I could see for some people they might almost consider it cloying. For me, it's not. But everything I described is in there. It's just a beautiful, beautiful beer. So in terms of imperial stouts, this just has so much going on with the toffees and the caramel, the whole brittle type thing, and blah, 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 blah. It's tasty. And so I've got to rank it really well. And I'm going to give this a blasted 96 for imperial stouts. Overall, wow, that gets really tough. But you know what? This is, again, completely within my wheelhouse. With everything else out there, I'm going to stick it right there again. This is a 96. Here it is again. It is the barrel-aged Hazelnut Imperial Stout. I'm assuming that this one in the collab was done by Untitled Art, because you see that all around the top. I don't know. My hands are freezing. That's all I got to say. This is one fantastic beer. They do have a non-barrel aged version, as I said. I heard that's really good as well, so I would say pick it up. But I'd say grab this one. This is Kevin at Clemens Homebrew saying life's too short to drink cheap beer, and I gotta go in the house because I'm freezing. Cheers.